Okay. Hey, it's me again, and I love anime. If you're anything like me, you've probably heard or even watched through the entirety of Ro-Ghoul. You know that anime that traumatized the majority of us back in 2014? Yeah, I was like 9, man. Now, what happens when an anime with amazing combat sequences becomes really popular? A Roblox ripoff game is made. Because Roblox devs, as we know, are super original when it comes to coming up new concepts for games. I mean, hey, if it ain't broken, don't fix it, am I right? Ro-Ghoul was none of the exceptions. Only 3 years after its release, this was 2017 at the time, a brilliant Roblox developer thought it would be a good idea to make a fan game and called it, Ro-Ghoul. Now, this game was the first of its kind. Back in 2017, we didn't have anything like it before. If anything, it was the game that kickstarted the entire fighting genre on Roblox in the first place, in my opinion. It's a game that I held near and dear to my heart during my 14-year-old emo phase. I remember back in the day when I used to hop on the game every single time I get home from school, and then just play the game for hours on end. I'm now reaching 20. My life is nearing its end, and how the fuck is this game still in alpha? Oh, Jesus. You've definitely read the title of this video and you're probably dying to hear the answer to the burning question, how is this game still relevant amid all the other visually stunning and addictive fighting game on Roblox? Well, you're gonna have to sit through my schizophrenic rant about a 7-year-old Roblox game for the next however long, because I want to earn ad revenue. For anybody that's unfamiliar with the game, let me give you a quick rundown on what it is and what you do, because the game has no tutorial and clear goals when you boot it up. Ro-Ghoul is a grinding slash PvP game with a lot of emphasis on the grinding part. I'm not kidding, the grinding in this game is horrendous even after numerous updates trying to improve it. You basically have to level up your character to max level twice if you want to experience everything that the entire game has to offer. So the majority of your playtime is going to be spent sitting AFK in a private server auto-clicking, because grinding normally is just so boring and tedious. Now, for PvP, you won't get anything remotely close to a fair fight unless you're maxed out. Otherwise, you'll just get one-shotted 8 times out of 10 because everybody's already at endgame. And not to mention, the stuff that you start out with is solely there to be a grinding tool for you to mindlessly farm levels for at least 9 hours before you can do anything else like actually fighting people. Or you can alt-tab or go online for codes that gives you a ridiculous amount of stuff, get a massive head start, or even better, download an auto farm exploit. Who fucking designed this? Ro-Ghoul is objectively a bad game, and trying to justify it by saying that it's unfinished is just a stupid excuse to make. Like, come on. This game has been in alpha for the past 7 years and nothing has changed. Just look around you. You're literally playing in Brookhaven. We got this massive block of concrete. A giant fucking birdcage just standing out like a sore thumb. An impressive but empty building that has no point on being there. Or a cafe that still has the same model since 2017. Everything just feels outdated and bland. Like something that was put together on a base plate just for the sake of it. But what do I know about making a map? Maybe that's not the game is about. Let's say it is simplistic because they wanted it to be optimized for something else, like fighting. Because I know a lot of Roblox players don't have the best hardware when it comes to gaming. But you know what? That doesn't affect performance all that much and can still provide quality to a game. Sound design. Yeah, I know. I yap about sounds a lot. But just shut up and listen to this raw gameplay for a little bit. The lack of sound design make this quote-unquote fighting game feels like a mime show. I kid you not, the noise that my keyboard makes is more interesting than the shit you hear in game. Like, dude, you're spamming a bajillion keys all at once, performing all of these sick moves, and the game is responding to you by playing the same MP3 file over and over again like a broken record. But South, stop talking about arbitrary stuff like map and sound design. The main point of the game is fighting. Shh. You want me talking about fighting? Here it is. The game balance is fundamentally flawed. Given everybody is placed in the same map, doesn't matter whether you're late game or early game, you're bound to encounter ridiculously unfair fights, like I said. People can just nuke you with a single combo, and you can't even do anything about it. Skills won't even matter. So what do you do when that happens? You borrow or buy a private server and spend about 10 excruciating hours to farm levels. Because it is the only fast way to grind in this game. Like, why would you do anything else? PvP gives you no rewards. Players' bodies give you way less than the NPCs' bodies. Farming NPCs and bosses is also a lot more efficient in a private server because they respawn faster. With the game being this hard to progress, it is literally encouraging you to get a private server. Would that just contradict the whole point of the game being a multiplayer experience? Oh, did I mention about this useless mechanic called punching and kicking? NPCs that still use outdated models from a few years ago? Or how about helicopters flying through walls? Or corpses just vanishing into thin air? I can go on and on about all of these simple but unfinished things, even after years of being under heavy development. I know, I gave Ro-Ghoul a lot of trash, and I can think of a lot more off the top of my dome. So why am I still making this segment? Well, I believe the game still has its charms. Some people just prefer the old and crude design that it has, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's a very niche game for a very particular group of people. If you can ignore all the pain and suffering of grinding, Ro-Ghoul is a pretty solid fighting game, thanks to the constant updates focusing on improving on that exact aspect. Visuals and sound design can be as shit as ever, but the experience will still be unique in its own way. It's more fast-paced than any fighting game I've ever tried, relatively complex and interesting mechanics when it comes to PvP. And not just fighting, the game has even more depth, like factions and communities. Some may even opt to roleplay, host events, or other stuff that people with friends do. But hey, why take my words for it? I don't play the game a whole lot anymore, but I can ask other people who do. Hello, can you introduce yourself?
Alright, I'm Mom Spaghetti 22, and I am a high rank within GOAT, a faction in Ro-Ghoul. I am second in command within 2 of our divisions and a member of a few other ones.
How long have you been playing Ro-Ghoul for?
I started around in 2018. Around the end of 2018 to 2019, I just went away. I didn't touch Ro-Ghoul. And then I came back at 2023, around summer there.
Wait, why did you come back 2023 though?
Reason I came back mainly is just I saw it in my recommended, and I just sat there like, nostalgia. That was a little bit while ago. Why not?
So do you still play the game?
Yeah, I hop on at times. Especially if it's for our divisions, they require gameplay within the game itself. But if we don't count the divisions, I'm occasionally in.
Wait, but you do realize that the game has a lot of things that is bad about it, right? Like it's remained the same for. Yeah, that's what I'm making a video about. It's remained the same more or less for the past how many years? 7 years.
Yeah, as said, when I came back from that break and I came back in 2023, I was expecting like, there's going to be so much new stuff I could potentially check out. I look in, I'm like, okay, so there's 2 cognates I don't recognize. yeah, everything else looks about the same.
Other than yourself, why do you think other people play the game?
I question that myself at times. Like, I do wonder how we manage sometimes to get new members into the game and the communities in general. But from the perspectives I have at least seen, is that most of the veteran players who are still around mostly play it either due to their communities or to just 1v1. Like, despite all of its flaws, Ro-Ghoul has some decent PvP mechanics, actually.
Yeah, that's what I said in the video.
There are also the more or less newcomers. They see a game, they have a lot of grind up ahead of them, and they just in it for the grind. They just want to get to the top and see how it is. They've already put in the effort. They might as well complete it now.
Do you think Alex is ever gonna make the game better?
To give credit where credit is due, compared to how he has been doing like the past few years, just the past year alone, he has at least tried putting in effort. Like, he's done more interaction with the communities, he's done streams and stuff like that, but no, the game has been ongoing since like what, 2016?
2017,
something like that.
Yeah, 2017.
Yeah, 17, and it's barely gotten changed. We had like a new map.
That was like what, 4 years ago, and it still looks ass.
Yeah. Copy paste times 20. Boom, you're done. The one thing that keeps improving with Alex is modeling, because I won't lie, some of the newer Kaganes, they have looked pretty good.
Ro-Ghoul hasn't changed since the day I left it.
That was the same experience I had when I rejoined. It hasn't changed.
Alrighty then. I guess that's about concludes it. Have a good day, man. Thank you so much for joining me.
All right, take care.
Alrighty, bye bye.
Oh my gosh, it's so small. There.
That's what she said.
Oh, dang. Whoa, whoa, oh, damn.
Teku voice. With the power of friendship, I can get this fish. One for all, full counting.
Plus ultra.
Why did you orgasm? You're like, when you caught the fish, like, oh, I came.
Oh my god, this is fucking terrible, bro. I'm on a bus.
All might. Oh, I'm getting there, all might. Plus ultra.
Harder, all might. Oh.
So this is what they meant by Detroit Smash.
Oh. Oh.
Dude, you're not supposed to get this excited over fishing. Why?
It's the most intense fishing session.
Oh,
hello.
what is it? Hey!
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Stop swimming! Stop swimming to the ocean, man! We go